The sparks are flying. The acrid smoke of molten metal fills the air. And another wood heater frame rolls off the production line at Gason's Manufacturing in Ararat. This 80-year-old family enterprise is a major employer in this Central Highlands Victorian town of about 8,000 people.
We've got over 100 staff on site and actually salespeople as well. Through different parts, they do welding, painting, assembly, office administration as well. So it's quite an array of work we actually have here on site.
The firm designs and manufactures wood heaters and a wide range of farm machinery. For that, you need skilled welders and metal workers, and they're often in short supply. Behind the welding masks are men whose stories are both harrowing and inspiring.
I was born in a refugee camp. My parents left Myanmar because everything was getting chaotic and there was mass murdering and stuff by the military. And so my parents moved to the refugee camp. Later they came to Australia around 2006, 2007.
Tay Tortor Taylor is a world away from his country of birth, Myanmar, formerly known as Burma. But he loves his life here for good reason. Tay is Karen, an oppressed and persecuted ethnic minority in Myanmar. Local Anglican priest, Father Martin Nadarajan, has heard the first-hand accounts from former Karen refugees, now his parishioners.
Most of them are either born or they're raised within that boundary fence. So, you know, the Thai-Burma border, that's where when the river flows, along the river there is this little camp or the huge camp which is housing a lot of these people who are in a limbo.
The refugees report that each dry season, Myanmar soldiers terrorise Karen communities, burning their villages, killing or torturing civilians, raping women and girls.
A lot of murder, a lot of children and women getting killed.
The camps provide sanctuary, but they're crowded. Refugees face arrest if they venture outside the camp, and they can be housed here for up to 2 decades, hoping for resettlement to countries like Australia.
But the good thing about here in Australia is that we have opened the doors for migrants like the Karen people to come in. And that's what we are doing here in Ararat. They're coming in, they're learning the jobs, they're building their lives.
Local churches are a rallying point for Karen newcomers of the Christian faith. Father Martin Nadarajan empathises with what they're going through.
I'm a Malaysian by birth and I'm a migrant myself. So we've got the whole lot of United Nations pretty much, or at least half of the United Nations in our church. And it really speaks volume because that's what church is all about. People from every nation coming together to worship and to be part of a community.
Tay and his parents were resettled here as part of a global humanitarian program.
They couldn't find work there because if they try to settle down, the military will just come up and just start bombing everywhere. And also there's still like landmines and stuff.
Ararat Rural City Council has been at the forefront of attracting and resettling migrants.
Giving them a sense of purpose, a sense of living, a sense of family, and we are supporting them through. And I think we have got the ability to do it. We've got all the resources in this country to help another person's life better. Let's do that.
Anita Sandbar spent 15 years in Melbourne and came to Ararat to fill a month-long job vacancy. That was 2 years ago. She works for the council alongside another Karen colleague, teaching vital life skills to new arrivals.
I was born in Thai-Burma border refugee camp. So I grew up in the camp and then I came to Australia. I've never been to Burma before, and so it just, here is home now.
This is the only known photo of Anita as a child. Taken in the refugee camp in 2004 by the United Nations for registration purposes, she's with her parents and siblings. Soon after, her father disappeared into the forest and was never seen again, presumed killed in the ongoing conflict there.
Someone that's walked the path and shown the rest of the community what opportunities are out there. Like, they're ambassadors, but they also really help with that sort of on the ground, that need for that local knowledge. So they can connect them with the real estate agents, they can talk to the school about enrolments, they can talk to the neighbourhood.
Some migrants have limited English. Some are not familiar with navigating everyday living, even such things as using electrical appliances. But they're quick to learn.
Oh, look, especially the Korean community, their work ethic is amazing, and we hear that through our employers. We don't get everything perfect, and I think that's really important to understand, is we continue to learn and grow providing their services in Ararat, and that's why we have these relationships with people that can help grow that capacity, because there's always room for growth.
Gasons currently employs 3 Karen and 3 Filipino metal workers.
We've had to go on elsewhere, which is where we've gone to a lot of some of our international workers.
They love the job because of the good wage, and then there's also it's a good work culture, and the workplace is very close to home, and job security as well. And knowing that you will have a work there, long term, it's really good for the family to know, so they know that they can settle here.
They've also got their family here, so they've actually really integrated well into the community. The Filipinos that have come across, they've actually really gone well into the community as well. We've got a bit of a Filipino community here in Ararat, and they're actually already got, one of them actually got their wife over here, and they're looking at bringing the whole family over here as well. So it really gets people into our region, which is really great for us as a small country town.
Young people from regional Australia tend to drift to the city.
Retaining the youth with an ageing population, it is challenging. Opportunities present themselves all over Australia, and sometimes it can be hard to keep them local.
Partly why recruiting willing, skillful, reliable, permanent workers has long been a challenge.
Most skills sort of hover around Melbourne, so it's difficult to get the skills out of those places. So it's great for Ararat and the community to be able to get workers out to here.
We've got an opportunity here. We've got a lot of manufacturing firms as well as like Gasons, the abattoir, for example. We are in need of people, but the locals or some of our own citizens, they are not comfortable in doing these jobs.
Here, as in many rural regions, there is affordable housing, much more space, less traffic, good working conditions and wages, a more peaceful life. All of it suits this tight-knit community. The good reports are attracting others from the city.
Word of mouth, I think. We've had some families that have purchased houses recently, which is a fantastic outcome for the community.
Once you get the community established, it's just a ball that just keeps rolling. Yeah, the good news gets around that there's good work in that area, and then it just starts growing from there.
Ararat Rural City Council's role has been pivotal in attracting migrant workers.
Our workforce settlement program was instrumental, I suppose, in the beginning of this sort of process. It was a pilot project that was funded through RDV, Regional Development Victoria, and that sort of kicked it off, and that was through close engagement with our local employers. We understood a need, I suppose, to attract and retain workers in Ararat.
It's a win for both employer and employees.
It gives our local employers confidence that they can invest and grow. Without that sort of stability of the workforce, they can't reinvest, they can't attract new investment or new contracts because they can't fill the contracts that are required.
Without them, we would be short of hands to physically be able to make these amazing machines that you see behind us.
But with them means businesses such as Gasons can confidently push on, developing and making new products.
So this is probably our core product that we excel at Gasons. It's an air seeding machine, so this is our largest development to date. So it's a 50% increase in size compared to our previous models, which is about 34,000 litres in total of product it can hold. So we're very excited to get it to market.
Across Australia, the biggest job shortages are in agriculture, construction and health. And it's the last one that's most concerning, because it's not just shortages of doctors and specialists, it's also nurses, allied health professionals, even aged care workers. And all of that means worse health outcomes for rural residents. The Regional Health Service has also looked overseas for a solution.
Certainly this health service has a strong reliance on the Filipino community. We have 17 employees that are Filipino Australians, so we've got 6 nurses and then we've got the allied ancillary support that they provide, and they're a very committed group. They've got a community here, so we run ads and they know people, and word of mouth, the numbers are growing. So over the next 3-5 years, I'll imagine that the numbers will increase.
Then now your fluids are already 1.1.
Nelfie Blackie is a registered nurse, originally from the Philippines. Today she's overseeing the treatment of dialysis patients. Shai Hermosa, who came to Australia in 2019, is also Filipino and loving life in regional Victoria.
They have a good experience, they're keen to work here, and the patients really enjoy the care they provide. So they're a very caring community, and we are hoping that we get more Filipino workers into the future.
Ararat's solution is more than a short-term fix. It's reinvigorating the town, creating a vibrant, multicultural community and helping to shore up the region's long-term future.
Which is really giving a boost to this community, not only in workforce, but the way that they live and integrate with this community.
Tay Tortor Taylor and Anita Sanbar have recently both bought houses here and plan to stay long-term.
And here I was able to afford, get a loan and afford a house here. Back in Melbourne, I wouldn't be able to do that on my own.
For someone who spent their childhood confined by barbed wire and armed guards, having your own space is especially precious.
Because I always wanted to have, a little bit of backyard, to have my own fruit trees and garden, and I can't have that in Melbourne.
The United Nations estimates there are more than 100,000 Karen in refugee camps and no foreseeable end to the conflict in Myanmar.
For my family, there's no way going back because of the war, and it's still ongoing at the moment too. Like when you settle here, it's not just like work and home or the school for kids. There's also a community that the new people, need to be part of as well. Then you feel like a sense of belonging and home.